And this question, Victor, kind of plays well into what we're talking about. So this new grower um, who also works in an ag tech company is curious about learning more about this global saffron trade. Um, and so I know you and I could talk about that for quite a long time because there's so many interesting aspects of the supply chain, and of course, even just the international relations and political aspects of these countries as it relates to saffron. But do you want to start us off about, maybe a basic overview of, some of the major players when it comes to the global saffron trade?
So as we know, Iran is I will call it the bread and butter of the saffron industry, as the majority, even from 85 to 90% of the global production is coming from Iran. So which is a lot. Then in the EU we have players like Spain, but Spain again just repackages some of the saffron from Iran and makes it Spanish. But we have Greece, Italy, then we have Morocco, you have India, you have Pakistan. Then maybe from the US, you have countries like Chile, where basically all the regions around the world where the area is similar to Iranian, there is saffron production, but Iran is the majority. We have to understand that saffron is a commodity and it's a commodity market, so it moves on with, let's say, news as well, because during harvest time there is more supply, so the price will be lower. Before harvest, the price will be a bit higher because the demand is still high, but the supply has been lower because everybody is waiting for the other. So you have to understand all this when you are in the saffron market. Then again, specifically if you are going into categories, so you have saffron for food, then again saffron for processing, saffron for pharma, saffron for whatever category you need or you might sell to. And then basically you just have to understand how the market works in a way. So we, for example, for our case, we work with pharmaceutical companies. There it works on bigger orders, but everything needs to be tested, stuff like this. And basically the supply chain is global in a way, but there are also local opportunities to use saffron. So I would just focus on this, understanding your product. So having the tests telling you what the compounds are or how strong it is, because maybe based on the color or the taste, if it's higher one or the other, you can also look into specific industry to enter with your saffron too. But just understanding how the saffron market works, who are your competitors in a way. So basically it's saffron coming from Iran, it's the majority of the market, so this is your biggest competition in a way. I think the hardest part for beginner saffron growers is to comprehend that they are not maybe in the commodity market, on the large scale commodity market with outdoor farmers, because in a way you cannot compete on the price that is coming from Iran or from Pakistan, because they use child labor. This is the business model that it's been working on for thousands of years now, and it's the same is just continuing. That's why the saffron is very cheap as well. It's expensive only because of the traders, because they eat away all the margins and they take a lot of profit. But if you source saffron from an Iranian farmer, you can get it for very, 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 very low amount compared when you are buying it, let's say, in the EU or in the US from a trader or a commodity purchaser or from a shop as well. So I would just try to have a look, maybe read a market study as well. And then again, I would suggest talking to farmers or people from within the industry. You can learn a lot of insights on how the specific industry works as well. And you will have a bit of a better understanding on how the markets move, where can I tap into, where can I not tap into, what is the pricing range for each category and stuff like this.
Excellent. Yeah, and I'll just add to that, which is, like Victor said, a majority of saffron that comes from Iran and is distributed to countries like Spain, Dubai, Azerbaijan. These countries tend to rebrand that saffron as their own, and they make significantly more margins than these Iranian growers. And as Victor said, usually it's these middlemen that end up bulking the price up and making more money than the Iranian farmers themselves. So it's interesting because it's a great, unique opportunity as well for new markets, or I should say, for new players in the market to actually take some of that share of demand. And part of the reason is, we're finding also that the adulteration rate in the whole market is just so high. It's something my company's been working on as a moonshot to obsolete the adulteration of saffron. And we do that currently through some really nice technology that we've been developing. But where I'm going with this is from our read of the literature, a minimum conservative estimate of around 33% of saffron is adulterated in the world. So if you just take that for what it's worth, and in some markets it's been found to be as high as 90% plus in samples of 300 plus, um, you're talking about a very good opportunity in terms of how you start your business, where you choose to play, and how you approach the game, right? So, as Victor also said in the previous question that he answered, how you package and brand your saffron, whether you want to go with things like organic label, or put certain, uh, you know, um, titles on your saffron, such as supernatural, things like this. These can make a huge difference. And, Victor and I have a really nice portion of the book and course that is just focusing on marketing, where we dive into food surveys and insights from a lot of these really nice academic and nonprofit organizations that provide this information. And we help distill it down and saying, hey, if you're a grower and you want to compete, what is the best way to brand and market your saffron? We provide all that information throughout. Um, Anyway, it's a very interesting, topic that we could certainly spend just a whole webinar talking about the whole saffron